I'm News 1130's Peter Wagner reporting from Ferndale, Washington. Data modelers here are busy trying to figure out when we might hit the peak of COVID-19 infections in the Evergreen State. And now, based on some of the latest data they have, University of Washington scientists are telling us that the peak may be coming by about the middle of April. This is being reported by Como News that is when we expect to see the most number of positive COVID-19 cases and the highest likelihood that people might require hospitalization. Of course, the whole point of flattening the curve is to make it so that the total number of people who actually need to go to the hospital and require hospitalization for complications from COVID-19, to make sure that we have the hospital capacity for that in Washington state. This latest modeling showing us about 3 weeks from now is when that's going to hit. And it's also looking, generally speaking, like the trajectory in Washington state is not going the same way that it's going in places like New York, where they are fast overwhelming their medical system there with the sheer volume of people who are getting ill from the novel coronavirus. Let's turn our attention now to the air around Seattle. Beautiful skies. It's a postcard city on most days. And one of the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic has been fewer people on the roads. And that has meant, well, less emissions going into the air. In fact, the Seattle Times is reporting that a number of emissions monitoring sites around the Emerald City are showing them that there's actually less particulate matter and pollution going into the air. Satellite photos are showing that as well. So just one small positive as many more people are staying home and staying off the roads in Washington state. And finally, a Washington state company, Kirkland-based Costco, has been making changes as a result of the pandemic. Now another one. They're going to be making some limits on who can go into their stores, saying that only 2 people per membership will be allowed in their stores. That's taking effect later in the week. We'll be following up on all the latest updates from Washington state, around Canada, and around the world right here and online as well. For City News in Ferndale, Washington, I'm News 1130's Peter Wagner.